CSS Speed Art Animation. This series, where with the help of HTML and CSS we are going to build the different popular characters of movies, anime and video games. This is the 4th episode, and in this episode we are going to build the Marvel hero, the hero of few words, Groot. So if you have noticed there, the complex shape that I have given for the Groot's head, that is built with Pure CSS. So I didn't use any images or I didn't take any help of SVG code, so it was built with Pure CSS. Without further ado, let's start. Hello and namaste everyone, this is Jitsaru with Coding Design. Welcome to our channel. If you are new here, please be sure to hit that subscribe button. First of all, let's create an index.html file, and inside the index.html file I'm creating this HTML basic code, and for the title let's give Groot CSS Speed Art Animation. If this is your first time watching this video is part of CSS Speed Art Animation series. In this series I'm not gonna explain each and every lines of code, but I'm gonna inform you what I'm going to create. The main motive of this series is that I want to give you the education as well as entertainment. Inside the body tag I'm creating different sections with different class names, and for the class name I'm giving different body parts name so that it would be easy to style this section's elements with CSS. Let's open this index.html file in our default browser. Now it's time to create a style.css file, so let's create that style.css file. Just below the title tag let's link our style.css file, so I'm giving the link. Inside the style.css file, in order to prevent the browser's default margin and padding, for the universal selector I am giving margin 0, padding 0 and also box size into border box. Now let's style that class Groot. Let's give that dark gray color, okay, and in order to bring that content exactly at the center of your browser, for the body let's give the minimum height of 100 ph, and also I'm using flexbox. As you can see, with the help of this code I'm taking that gray box to exactly at the center. Now let's remove this background color, we don't need this, okay. Now it's time to style the section with class head. Let's give some position, some height and width, and for the background color let's give radial gradient color. So I'm using the dark green color and light brown color, and also at the end let's give transparent color, okay. As you have already seen that in the intro, the head of that Groot is really complex, so it is like really difficult to create that shape. So I'm taking the help of that clip path, but the disadvantage is that it is really time consuming. It took me almost like 35 minutes, I think. Yeah, it took me like 35 minutes. So this is the reason why I took the help of SVG in the previous video to create that kind of complex shape, which is really convenient, okay, and also I would say that is more efficient. Yeah guys, I do spend like lots of time, so if you appreciate that, okay, don't forget to subscribe, and also if you hit that like button, that would give me the motivation, okay. So I need your support and love. As you can see, it took me like 35 minutes, so I'm just speeding up the video. Okay, this is the code. With the help of this code, I did create this complex shape of that Groot's head, and around that complex shape, I want to give some kind of a little bit of shadow, okay. So something like this. And also, I want to take it a bit upside, so let's take it there. And also, let's take this shape a bit upside. Now let's create the jaw of Groot. Let's give some position, height and width, and for the background color, for right now let's give red color. First of all, let's take it to the proper position. And now with the help of that before shadow element, I'll create that jaw. Now when you're using that before shadow element, you need to give that content CSS property, otherwise it won't work. Now for that before shadow element, let's give the linear gradient color. I'm using the combination of light gray and dark gray color, okay. we don't need that background color plate, so let's remove, and instead of that let's keep overflow hidden. Okay, this is what I exactly want. Now let's adjust that position. For the before pseudo element, if I give border radius of 100%, did you see that magic? So we did create the jaw. As you can see, that head of the Groot is at the back side, so let's take it to the front side. So in order to do that, I'm using the G-index, and as you can see, the result is pretty good. Now it's time to give the eye for Groot. So now let's style the eye. For the eye, let's give the position. Okay, so I want to create the left and right eye. As you can see at the right top corner, that eye. Okay, that's not the position that we want, so let's bring it to the center of Groot's face. And with the help of that box shadow, I want to create some complex shape of that eye, but it's not taking the shape of eye. So with the help of border radius, let's keep the shape of eye. And as you can see, with the help of box shadow, I could create different complex shape. So it's kind of a trick. So with the help of box shadow, you can create like multiple elements. As you know, everything has advantage as well as disadvantage, so it does have some disadvantage. Okay, but right now I won't explain you because this will be like a whole different topic. This is the exact shape of the eye that I want, and now you can see both the left and right eye, they are at the same position. So let's take it to the proper position. Okay, I think now it's taking this shape. What do you say? It's looking pretty or what? Let me know in the comment box. Now let's give the eyeball. So in order to create that eyeball, with the help of before and after pseudo element, I'll create that eyeball. For the eyeball, I want to give the circle shape, and also for the background, I am using the radial gradient color, and there will be the combination of black and the light gray color. As you can see, both the left and right eyeball, that is not in the right position, so let's take it to the proper position. Okay, and also let's make it a bit bigger size. So as you can see, that eye is overflowing, so in order to solve that problem, let's give for the left and right eye, let's give overflow to hidden. Okay, this is exactly what I want. Now in order to give shiny effect for that eyeball, with the help of after pseudo element, let's create small white circle. Did you see that? With the help of that small white circle, it's giving a kind of a 3D effect. And also, it's time to create the mouth. Okay, now for the mouth, it's not that complicated. Okay, it's just I'm creating just a straight line. I would say that is the horizontal line. Okay, something like this. And now let's take it to the proper position. And also with the help of that border radius, I'm gonna give smiley shape. As you can see, this shape is really cool. Now it's time to create the neck, okay, for the Groot. So let's create this section with class name neck. Let's give the position. For the background color, I want to use the same radial gradient color, but I want to just invert that color. Okay, so instead of that light gray, I want to give the dark gray color. So let's change that position of that color. So this is what I want. And now it's time to take it to the proper position. Let's take it at the bottom side again, something like this. And let's give the border radius. Now it's perfect. It's time to create the scars around the Groot's face, and in order to create that, I want to create a separate section element with class name something like head left scar, head right scar, or something like that. Now it's time to style these elements again. So in order to create the scars, I'm taking the help of after as well as the before pseudo elements. I'm going to create like multiple scars around the face of Groot. It's going to take a lot of time, okay? So it's better to speed up the video. So I'm speeding up the video. Okay, I'm creating something like this kind of spikes. And now let's take it to the pop-up position again. And also let's create one more scar at the center of that head. Something like this. Now it's time to give the scar around the jaw. And also let's give 3 more scars just above the mouth. So yeah, something like this. But you can see that one scar is a bit long. Okay, so let's make it shorter. Now finally it's time to create the 2 more scars. So this is the final scars that we'll be creating. So I'm going to create that 2 more scars around the neck, and again I'm taking the help of that before and after pseudo element. So I want the scar something like this, and also let's give that rotation for both left and the right scar. So I think it's looking amazing. Now it's time to give a little bit of animation. As you can see, this animation is not that cool, but yeah, just I'm adding just for fun. Okay, so I want to give something like when you hover the Groot for the head left and the right scar, I want to give some, I want to change some top property. So as you can see, when you hover you'll get something like this, but there is no any smooth transition. So now for the before and after pseudo elements, let's give transition. Now by pressing F11 key, let's take it to the full screen and let's see the result. Okay, I know that animation is not that cool, but yeah, so that's all for today. Until then, I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you did learn something, smash that like button. If you have any kind of queries, let me know in the comment box. Share this video if you think someone needs it. And also, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell icon. Remember, there is always more to learn, so keep learning.